Docker is the most important tool for developers in 2025. So let's help you understand it in just 5 minutes. We'll cover what it is, why it matters, and we'll go over how to use Docker and Dockerize a React app. Let's get started. Docker is a platform for building and shipping containerized applications. Think of a Docker container like a standardized shipping container for your software. No matter where you run it, be it on your local machine, your coworker's machine, or on a production server, it will still run the same. Unlike a virtual machine, which needs an entire operating system, Docker runs on top of the host operating system kernel, making it lightweight and fast. Let's go over some Docker basics. To understand Docker, you need to understand 3 key concepts. The first is Dockerfiles, which are instructions on how to build a Docker image of your application. The second are Docker images, which are templates of how to create instances of your application. The third are containers, which are the running instances of those images we previously created. So let's see how you can use Docker. You can build your own images with Docker build from a local Dockerfile, or by downloading pre-built images from Docker Hub. Docker Hub is the official Docker registry from Docker with millions of public available images you can use. So let's get started by grabbing the official Hello World image using the command docker pull hello world. This command looks for the Hello World image from your configured Docker registry. Per default, this is Docker Hub, so it goes and downloads the image from Docker Hub. Now that we have downloaded the image, we can run the container using docker run hello world. It is not necessary to download the image before running the container, as the docker run command will try to download the image if it cannot find it on your local machine. Now let's take a look at a more practical real-world example. I have a simple default React app here, and our goal is to Dockerize it. To Dockerize it, we first need to create a Dockerfile. Here we need to select our base image from which we start building our application. Luckily, Node publishes an image we can use already. Then we have to set the working directory of the Docker image. Then we copy our package.json so we are able to get all dependencies we need. Next, we need to run npm install to install all our dependencies on our Docker image. To be able to also run our program, we need our program files, which we simply copy over. To be able to communicate with the Docker container, we need to expose a port. Here we choose the port 3000. The last thing we need to do is to define the command that is run when the Docker container is finished being created. Here we are using the command npm start, so our React application is ready for us to use. Now it is time to build our image with the docker build command, using the t parameter to define our custom image tag. We will be calling it React Test version 1. Then, to run our image, we can use the docker run command again. Here we can use the d parameter to run it in detached mode, and the p parameter to define which ports we want to communicate with. Now, when we visit localhost on the port 3000, we can visit our React app running in our container. Now let's assume we want to make a small change to our application. We can make this change and then run the docker build command again, this time with a different version. We can then run the docker run command, this time with a different input port and our new image. And now we can open localhost to this new port and see that the changes have been applied. And just like that, you now know enough to Dockerize almost any application you can think of. You can find online tutorials for all types of languages and frameworks if you're ever stuck on how to Dockerize your application. Now you have all you need to understand Docker and use it in your daily work. As this was my first video, I would highly appreciate any feedback you might have to make the future videos even better. Please also put any development topics you are interested in me talking about in the comments. It can be about programming languages, frameworks, DevOps principles, or general programming advice. Thank you, and see you next time on Tech with Siegfried.